Hello everyone, welcome to Module 8. This module focuses on promoting success for all students through technology. And in doing so, you'll see that we're going to look at helping students who have diverse needs be able to learn in the same way, or at least in a comparable way to those typical students that you might think about in your classroom. And as always, review all the module pages and submit the assignments. The assignments this week are for a discussion topic number 3, as well as the digital blog post number G. So let's move on to looking at the course module. And this is module 8 again. And we'll start off with the module 8 overview. The overview is designed to do just that, provide you with an overview. This week we'll be focusing on chapter 10. Here are the learning goals for the module, and you'll see again the focus is on the discussion topic number 3. So in looking at meeting diverse learners' needs, we will be focusing mostly on assistive and adaptive technologies. Now, it's very true that there are lots of other ways to help address those who have different needs in the classroom that are non-technology, and that's fine. But for this class, our focus is on technology. So we're going to need to make sure that you're focused on technology. When you look at this whole idea of meeting diverse learners' needs, you also will see that you're going to focus on the concept of differentiated instruction, which you may have heard about in another class, as well as UDL, also known as Universal Design for Learning. Both of them are very, very important concepts that you'll find will be brought up over and over again. So read this page to provide you with some background information. Make sure that you look at the links that are here, and then you can go ahead to the next page, which is the optional page for chapter 10 in terms of the multimedia that was attached to that chapter in the book. In module 8, things to do, you'll be looking at reading chapter 10 and submitting a reflective blog post that reflects your understanding of that information on 3 concepts. Relate it back to yourself. Most of you have been doing pretty well with that, but make sure that you explore that with a Web 2.0 tool that is listed on the assignment page, and check that rubric again. Make sure that you've managed to hit all aspects that you want to earn points in. And then you'll also be submitting a topic on the discussion number 3, which is on assistive adaptive technologies. And remember that that is due, but the first part of it, in other words, your initial post, needs to be done on Saturday. So here's the assignment page for the digital blog post. This is the same we've been doing over and over again for the past couple of weeks. So you'll be able to get into the discussion thread here. And I just want to point out, once again, put in that initial post on Saturday by midnight, and then you'll have until Sunday to do the comments and responses. So here you're going to choose a profile of a student. So you can decide, think about a student that you might have in your classroom that you might like to work with, somebody that might be sight impaired or hearing impaired or some other disability. And you're going to focus on what kinds of assistive and adaptive technologies might be able to help them in a learning environment, learning situation. So I have put some links here that will kind of get you started thinking about some of those aspects, but I expect that you can do your own research. So please do. Remember that you'll want to make sure in your post that you describe that particular student. So if you have a visually impaired student, you want to explain a little bit about that. And you can start it off by saying, I have a student by the name of Marie, and she is visually impaired, and we're in 2nd grade, and she's not able to do some of the expectations that we have in the class. And so therefore, these are the tools that would assist her. And you do want to have a couple of them, minimum, to kind of get started and make this a full reflective post. And then once you have completed that post, then if you're the first one, you obviously have to wait until others come to post, but you're going to eventually come back and respond to two or more of your classmates' posts. And make sure that when you do that, that you follow this criteria here, including the grading criteria for the assignment. You've had two previous discussion posts, so this should not be anything new to you. But if you've had issues with doing discussion posts, please be sure to let me know. Just looking ahead very briefly to Module 9, there will be a start of a second collaborative project, which is designing a lesson that's inquiry oriented with technology enhancements and infusion. And that is by group. Again, different groups generally than you had for your wiki. The nice part, or the pro, I would say, for this is that you will be able to communicate with those team members in any way you desire, as opposed to the wiki where you were limited to that site. But there is a expectation that you're going to have a strong lesson plan, and many of you might have not had a chance to develop a lesson plan in the past. I do have a lesson plan template, etc., which will be provided for you. You have 2 weeks to work on that collaborative lesson plan, and I want you next week just to make contact with your group, so you'll have a chance to work on it a little bit more. We know from working on the Instructional Strategies Wiki that most of you were involved pretty close to the beginning and were able to work together nicely as a team. Those of you who came in late, that really does hurt your team. And in this project, it will hurt your team even more in terms of points. So please don't let your team down and get in there at the beginning to work with your assigned group. So I will be in touch during the week, of course. I'm going to take a little bit more time than normal to give you feedback on your instructional wiki pages, but I will be getting those graded in the next day or two. And hopefully everybody did well. I was pleased to see some of the discussions going on during the week. So anyway, we'll be in touch. Let me know if you have any questions.